Alright, for this next exercise, we're going to create file systems on a USB flash drive. So grab one if you don't have one, and we're going to mount them to the directory tree and view their contents. So let's open up a terminal. Move that over here. We are going to pop in a USB drive. Make sure that you don't have anything on it, because we're also going to format it, and that will be destructive. You'll lose anything that's on it. So it's also a good idea to have a snapshot going for these labs of your VM. So when you put in your USB drive, it might pop up automatically, but if you're using Oracle VMbox, it won't. So you got to go to Devices, USB, and everything is plugged in will show up here. It's just a general disk that I have in here. And here it is here. We're going to mount that. I'm just doing a GUI for now. We're going to get into doing it command line in a second. And then we're going to click on that and open with File Manager. And then we're going to put that next to it right here. There we go. It's my lost and found. You might have a Windows formatted USB drive. This one is not. Maybe I'll just reformat this real quick. Alright, so I dropped out to reformat the USB drive I have, and so now it's formatted in Windows. So it looks different. This is probably what you're seeing. System volume information. Now I'm going to go to the command line over here. I'm going to do mount. And this will be all the device files. And the last one that we just put in will show up at the end. And that'll be the thumb drive. In my case, it's dev SDB. You might have dev SDB1. Something like that. So this is what you want to remember, dev SDB, because we're going to be mounting that. But since it's already mounted, we're going to unmount it first. And to do that, we type in umount. And then the device file name, which is dev SDB. That's not right. SDB. And you see it dropped out from over here on the left side of the screen because it's now unmounted. So now we're going to switch to Control F2, another terminal. We're going to log in as root. And then here we're going to make a directory called mymount. Okay, dir /mymount to an ls-f on my mount. Nothing in it. So what we want to do is copy cp/etc/hosts to my mount. LSF on that again, and just see we got the host file in there. Alright, so now we're going to make a file system on it. So it's makefs, it's mkfs-t, ext-tude, dev sdb, which is our device file, and it sees a VFAT from the Windows formatting. You might have something else, but most likely you'll see something like that. And then yes. And this will take a few minutes, so I'm going to pause the video and come back when it finishes. Alright, so now that the file system is complete, we're going to mount it to the device to the mymount directory. Mount -t ext to dev sdb. To my mount. Sometimes you just do stupid things. All right. So now that we mounted the device to the my mount directory, we're going to do an ls-f again. And there we go. Lost and found. Now, if you drop back out to the GUI, you'll see in the files directory it's lost and found now. So that shows you it's a different file system, because remember when I first put the USB drive in there, that's what it showed up with until I reformatted it with VFAT. So now it's formatted in ext2. So moving along. Click mount. And then we see that it's mounted dev SDB on my mount with ext2. Alrighty, so now we're going to unmount my mount. So you mount / my mount. Then we'll type mount again, and we'll see the mount command no longer has that device. Mount it. So we'll do an ls-f my mount, and we have the hosts file that we copied there. So when we mount a device to that directory, we see something different than we do normally. Now we're going to mount it again. Mount the device. So mount -t ext2 / dev sdb / my mount. Alright, typos get me all the time. A little dyslexia. There we go. Now we'll change the directory to my mount ls-f. Back to the lost and found. So we see that it's mounted. Now I'm going to do fuser. And we see who's using the directory, which is me, root. Now we're going to type cd. That changes back to the root directory here. And we're going to unmount, you mount my mount. And then we are going to ls-f my mount, back to that. So that's all we're going to do with mount a USB file. It shows you how to mount, unmount it, and how to format it. To get your USB drive back to Windows VFAT, you can just, remove it from here, put it in a Windows machine, and it should pop up saying it needs to be formatted, and then you can just do a quick format.